You unboxed, built, and tested a Costco 1 to 2 person sauna. Recently, behind you, you unboxed and tested the LifePro 2-person sauna. Both of them are in very similar price categories. Which one are you choosing?
When I first built a Costco, the thing that stood out that was bad, the wall construction. Just paper thin. I mean, I could basically hold a wall with my 2 fingers and it had heaters on it, which is not a testament to anything that's super quality. Unfortunately, I feel for the manufacturer because they're trying to build something for mass appeal in a big box store at a price point that has like no margin in it. So I understand both sides. At the same time, it gives people the impression that they're going to get a $10,000 sauna experience for $2,000. It's just not happening. Yeah, it's not even mentioning the other build quality stuff, the chipping wood, the uneven, slats, heater placement, the control panel was slapping around. At the same time, I say all this, and then you look around, and it's like most of the stuff in the $2,000 price range, pretty similar. So it's not like the Costco or Dynamic people or whatever. I don't think they're doing a bad job for the application, because I don't see anybody else doing an exemplary job at the same price point. I think they're kind of stuck. My opinion is changing on this stuff, right? Because now I've looked at a bunch of different $2,000 price range options on the market, a lot more so than 5 years ago. And there's some consistencies across that run the gamut. It's almost like these are all white label saunas where somebody's just picking this design out of a catalog and saying, hey, I want it to be like that. And they make it for the same factory makes it. It'd be like the same factory making the cars for a bunch of different auto manufacturers or something like that. But the LifePro, the assembly is very similar to the Costco. The way the front wall attaches is not my favorite. And there's a huge differentiator here, because if we're talking about the LifePro 1-person, I would encourage you to go watch the install and review video of that, because that's been favorable to me for a couple of years. Tons of people have had it. It's been flawless. It works really, really good. When it goes on sale, it's like $17 or $19.50. There was a group buy discount code for a while in the Facebook group. I don't know if that'll come back. For somebody that needed an affordable sauna that really worked well, can't beat the heater layout. Build quality was good. Beat the Costco heat up time and actual sweat sessions. But the 2-person doesn't seem to be following suit. It feels like it was designed by a different company, to be honest with you. The unboxing wasn't going too good. It's got a floating floor, wants to slip around, hard to put together. Got to sweat in it, and it's got cold zones, on the floor left and right. My feet were kind of cold and dry. That was my same complaint as the Costco. I'm kind of looking at these things model by model right now, and we're sort of revisiting the way that we describe heater layout, because I'm finding that this is just the number one thing that makes or breaks sauna sessions. So everybody's worried about build materials, wall thickness and warranty, EMF and VOCs, all these other things. And I'm over here going, well, yeah, I care about those things too for the long term, but I don't want to be wasting my life away hours a week in some type of equipment and not get a great sweat, when I could just pick something else and get a great, like the return on the ROI on that time investment is bad when the sauna doesn't work too good.
So with the Costco sauna, you ended up having to add heat lamps. You added some fans at one point. You added a lot of things to that sauna just to get it to work how you would like it to work.
Yep.
Do you see a similar course happening with the 2-person? You probably won't have to do it for the LifePro.
The 1-person is fine.
But for this 2-person, because that Costco was a 1 to 2-person.
Yeah, it's in the middle, right? It's not as small as some of the 1-person models, but it's not as big as a true 2-person. True 2-person is 48 by 48. A true 1-person is like 36 by 36, 38 by 38. The Costco 1 to 2, I think, is like 40 by 42 or something like that, or 44 by 42. I can't remember. But it's like in the middle. And I see a lot of stuff on Amazon where they're playing with the listing description, and they're calling it a 1 to 2-person. It's like, well, no, is it 1 or is it 2? Because if I put 2 people in there, we're basically like, dear God, there's no way we could use this to get, you know what I mean?
So with the Costco sauna, you put in those heat lamps, you put in the fans. Did that help?
Oh, yeah. I mean, heat distribution was spread out. Circulating fan, not so cold on the bottom. You could put heat generators in the floor or extra heaters in the floor. That'll get the legs and stuff sweating, because the feet were cold and dry getting out of that too. No different than the LifePro 2, though. It wasn't that great.
You need more time testing the 2-person LifePro, but...
Yeah, I need more time with the LifePro 2. Looks and aesthetics, I like the LifePro over the Costco. But I mean, I can't say, hey, bud, go buy this sauna based on the way it looks. Because you're not going to get a great session. You're going to be like, Matt, I'm not getting the recovery on my Whoop, and then, this, that, and the other. It's like, we got to have our ducks in a row on the foundational principles of what a sauna is supposed to be in the first place. But I mean, you've got guys that are going to love it though, because they'll get it, they'll use it. As soon as they get heat adapted to it, they'll throw a heat lamp in it, or they'll add a additional heater to that front wall, and they'll be happy as a clam. They'll be in for under $3,000. But I'm looking at it going, do I really want to jump through that hoops? Because we just tried that thing a week ago, and it was $3,850. So if I'm going to be all in for $3,000 after I modify this sucker, unless I just need a bigger sauna, I could get something that's built better, heats up faster, got instant on front wall heater. I don't know, but that's me. For some people, that's not going to work for their budget. So this is, still a really good option. I try to take that into account too when we talk about these things. I know that $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 is too big of a jump when you're talking about a price category. Obviously, we're not going to talk about tech, smartphone controller, remote, start, and all this other stuff. Heater zone control. That's way too advanced for the $2,000 price point. No manufacturer makes anything like that. And I think this is why people think they're going to get $10,000 performance for $2K.
I'm seeing some similarities between this LifePro, not the LifePro one person,
right?
But this LifePro and the Costco.
You're right.
And my question for you, I'm seeing a lot of similarities.
You're right.
My question for you is, both of them need to be modified in order for them to work the way you'd like.
In my judgment.
If the manufacturer were to make changes on both models, what would those changes be for you to be like, this is a buy for me?
Man, I'm glad you asked it that way, because a lot of people think that a negative review or negative opinions is like the end of the road. But I've always seen it as an opportunity to improve stuff. Point out the things that are lacking, then you know what to fix. You know how to make improvements. You know how to make next year's model, that much better. And there's been times where some companies have come back and completely revamped a sauna line. And we've looked at it twice and been like, you know what? I got to eat my words. So good for them, because we all get better products. The industry gets better. We have better stuff in our homes for the same money or just a little bit more. So it's like a win-win-win. To answer your question though, it's two things in both of them. The LifePro, this LifePro 2, the two things that I would love to see that would make it a buy for me. Number one, make the assembly like the one person. Make the floor, have the walls fit on top of it, so that when it goes together, you're not fighting with it, and then it's truly locked together, and you don't have that sloppiness in the benches. Because right now, unless I put 3-inch deck screws through the bench and tie it together with the walls, it's sloppy because of the way that the floating floor thing works. You can see it in the install video. It's plain as day. Other people have said, oh, it was really easy. My guess is that they're putting it together on carpet, where when you put a piece on the floor, it literally cannot move somewhere. Either that, the guys knew I was going to be by myself and decided to play a prank on me and put some Crisco on the floor, and just kind of like buffed it so nothing would stay in place. The second thing in the LifePro is fix the heater layout, okay? I don't care if you have to give up the little glass window on the right-hand side. Do something to get more heat in those cold zones down low on the left and the right, so that it performs better. You're gonna see in my sweat session review videos where when I'm first using it, it kept kicking the thermostat over at 140, so I would raise the temperature. I wouldn't do anything else, just raise the temperature so you don't have to keep cracking the door to keep the heaters on all the time, because I was hitting the thermostat relay way too quickly. So I actually unscrewed the little thermostat cover, pushed the thermostat, this is not manufacturer approved by the way, put the thermostat in the roof, so now it doesn't read correctly, but then at least the heaters stay on. And I'm trying to overcompensate. I'm trying to overpower those cold zones in the floor without having to crack the door. Because for me to crack the door to keep the heaters on all the time, I'm making it worse, for the cold zones. So stop that cycling. That would be the two things for the LifePro.
So that's for the LifePro. For the Costco, I kind of feel like I'm getting some deja vu from when you unboxed the Costco, because this sounds really similar.
Yeah, for the Costco, it would be very similar. I wasn't as displeased with the assembly on the Costco, even though I really didn't like how the front wall, you start with the front wall and then work backwards, but then you can't slide it around because it wants to come apart. Same principle here, floating floor design. But the things that really stood out on the Costco are, number one, when I look at the LifePro 2, the control panel is way better. The Costco had that control panel that was sloppy and sliding around, and it was looked like an artifact, ancient dinosaur type button thing. So update the control panel, because I really like the look and feel and the usability in here. Now that I think about it, the lighting in the LifePro is way better than the Costco. Even though I made fun of the lights on the wall, user experience wise, light years ahead. The quality of the lights is much better. So when I'm in there, it feels a lot better. The Costco is really cheap, like super cheap. Number 2 is the heater layout in the Costco as well. That shares that with the LifePro. Costco model we tested didn't have floor heaters, but it had larger sidewall heaters that extended more to the front. So it's kind of like a pick your poison, because the LifePro doesn't have larger heaters in the front that extend all the way to the floor, but it does have a floor heater, but it's got a grate system. So you kind of have to put a towel down unless you want to be sweating into the grate, which only allows heat to escape, on the sides, which does change the, but I mean, you can't just sweat all over the damn thing or you won't have a sauna left in 4 years. It'll be nasty. But to answer your question, those two things in both brands would make them, a more suitable buy. Is it going to have the horsepower of a $6,000 or $8,000 sauna? Probably not. Is it going to have the smooth wood and fix the splintering and stuff? Probably not. Is it going to be super low EMF and like the build quality be perfect and the tops of the heaters capped off? Probably not. But at least we would be getting solid sweat sessions so that the ROI for the time investment. A lot of people think this is just about like, brand and feature. These models are never going to have, what the Cadillac or the Lexus models are going to have. But that's okay. Just trying to make them really good for the price point.
So it seems like if the Costco and the LifePro 2-person were set up exactly like the 1-person LifePro,
Yep.
they would be a buy.
Yeah, because the 1-person LifePro, better control panel, not as good as this one. I would like this control panel in the 1-person
nice.
LifePro too. And I know I made fun of the lights, but I would like the lights in there too. But the heater layout, man, heaters all the way down the sidewall, heater in the floor, heater wrap in the torso, calf heater. I mean, the only thing it doesn't have is a bench, heater, but you're not getting a bench heater unless you pay, thousands. Well, until the Rocky Mountain came out. Yeah. That's messing things up. That's shaking things up. If this is all the money you got and you got to have a 2-person size, I'd probably get the LifePro over the Costco because the walls were 1.5 inches thick. So I think heat retention would be better. And aesthetically, it's more pleasing. Like it just feels better. I like it. The lights are better. I would have to modify it for me to get solid sauna sessions. The reason I hesitate on that is there's going to be people that buy it and they're like, wow, this works really good. My fear is that they just haven't tried a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of like if you go get a car that's a V6 model and you think that's fast, right? But it's a 17-second car. You're kind of like, all right, cool. I don't want to.
It's faster than a horse-drawn carriage.
Right. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but it's like, that's not an 11-second car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for right now, I mean, really in the 2-person category, in this price range, we are still kind of looking for something that nails all the criteria for, me to wave a flag and be like, hey, go buy this. Because that's what it is for the LifePro 1-person. I'll even put a link in the comments or something down below so you can see the install video, because it's very different than the install video for this. So I think LifePro is still making great products. For some reason, this particular model just doesn't do it for me. Kind of like the Costco and some of the Amazon models, didn't do it for me. But with just a couple little tweaks, man, I think these products can become light years better than they are right now.